So let's get started with another episode of In Retrospect. This is the third round in the Offworld Trading Company Newcomers tournament that I played in, and this is the I'm casting this using the UE Plus mod. So first thing I notice, I think I remember looking at Colony, it's Glass Colony. Electronics are normal price, Carbon's the only thing double, Thing's half price. I see this amazing Nomad start here with triple high if you want it, and then mediums around, and it also gets you a okay monopoly on silicon. There's only 2 other silicon tiles outside of these 6. There's only 8 on the map. And then over here there's this double medium high aluminum that would be great for a Nomad. So I saw that spot and I figured I was fine paying quite a bit for that spot because I didn't see much else. There's this kind of iron aluminum patch here that's near some water, but there's not really much else. There is this iron over here. It does have some ice water near it, which can be workable. I think I had seen you could do maybe a scientist up here. But there wasn't much else that I noticed, so I paid 38k for that spot, and I got both the spots that I wanted, which was nice. I grabbed double silicon and this high aluminum to start with, and I buy up my 20 electronics because I had the cash to do so.
A scientific HQ has been founded.
Yeah.
Has been founded.
Dimmy founds in this iron aluminum patch. Stasis founds near this water with some iron decently close, and Ian founds over here by this iron and ice patch over there. So now I'm just waiting for the aluminum coin. I upgrade, Dimmy upgrades, and Dimmy gets that silicon tile before I do, which bothers me in this game, that I didn't get the 3 silicon tiles that I had wanted, but oh well. I do grab this other aluminum tile. I figure I can sell some extra aluminum because aluminum's high. And then I think I go for, a geotherm. Figure I can try to pay down some of this debt. The geotherm only cost me about 2k or so to build because silicon's cheap, aluminum, I've got plenty coming in, so I figure I can afford to go for the double geotherm, and there's already 1 mutiny on my geothermals. But yeah, 2.5, so 5k total for both the geotherms, and I still am already 5k away from my next upgrade and getting closer. So I figured that was a safe play, even though you usually want to wait till HQ 3 before you do power. So yeah, I start paying through a small chunk of my debt. The interest tick, putting me back up in debt, but I've almost got my 40 electronics, and I'm the first to HQ3 after going into double geotherm, which was pretty good. Unfortunately, others have also gone for a geotherm, which I don't think I noticed for a while, and then Ian has gone into some power over here. I figure I'm willing to bid a little bit for this geotherm because I could at the very least return it, but I don't want to bid too much because I want to try to pay through my debt and start making power money. Decided to go into double glass kiln. It is a glass colony, and there's 3 glass users on this map, so I figure I'll make some glass, and there's this fortunate shortage right there, and then I start selling my glass down. I could probably not sell it down and wait for the shortage to completely finish, but it's not that big of a thing, I don't think. And I need to have cash on hand to be able to purchase the oxygen to make the glass anyway, so I throw EMP at Ian because I figured he was currently my biggest competitor, and so that's why I threw the EMP at him. I don't really know what I want to do with this mutiny. I think I'm thinking at this point I'll just mutiny back one of my geotherms if it gets mutinied at this point. I upgrade, decide to go into a third glass kiln, start making some more glass money. Yeah, I also grabbed some carbon, decided to start making some carbon money. I figure I'll try going in for a hacker array, maybe try to play around with the silicon monopoly I almost have, and to do so I claim this high silicon here. It is unfortunate that Demi did get the silicon tile, otherwise I could maybe try to get a full silicon monopoly, but I don't worry too much about that. I figure he's got the medium, or he's got this medium. He's probably been selling silicon down because I haven't, and the price has kind of gone up and down a little bit. So I decide not to. I figure he doesn't have a stockpile, so. And then I go and do a couple farms to make some food money. Don't care about cold fusion. Power is already really cheap. Water's more expensive than power. I can grab my 80 electronics I need to upgrade. I'm just waiting on a bit of silicon now.
The black market is open for business.
Black market. I don't remember what I grabbed with this black market purchase. It might just... Oh yeah, that's right. I bought another claim. And then I go for a bank. I forget what I go for with this last claim that I buy. But I figure I'll buy the 10k claim before upgrading so no one else can get the cheaper claim. And I'm not too much into a rush to upgrade. Oh, that's right, I had gone for this single electrolysis reactor. And then I plan to grab 2 more electrolysis reactors when I get the resources to be able to build them. I could probably be selling some of this carbon until it's at $40 to make a bit more money.
The black market is online.
So yeah, I've built this hacker array. I'm not yet doing anything with it, which is unfortunate. I decided to go into an optimization center over there. And then I go into triple solar condensers because water was on the rise for a while. And I finally start hacking up silicon. I think this tile, I kind of thought, okay, I'll just put an Offworld there. But I think that's a little ways off, and so I think I eventually end up putting farms here. I scrap out one of my aluminum mines because aluminum, I have a huge stockpile and it's cheap. So I scrap one of my metal mines and build a patent lab. I'm wanting thinking machines this game again because Offworlds are cheap for me to build and they're 36k launches, so it pays for itself quite quickly. And then also carbon scrubbing, so I don't have to worry about having a carbon source income as a nomad, which is nice because if you had already grabbed a carbon source, you can just reclaim it. So I go for carbon scrubbing first, figure that'll be something others will want more so than thinking machines right away. I do pick up this aluminum tile and put it down here and build a couple of farms. I just used that mutiny that I got so long ago, and I mutiny this silicon tile while I try to hack up silicon, but he mutinies it back, but that's fine. And this is actually a natural shortage that had happened before my hacker array. I think it was a natural shortage before I started using my hacker array. Start optimizing chemicals, start producing some chemicals, swapped out my glass kilns. I go into thinking machines, because I want to build Offworlds this game. 42k launches. And yeah, I had sold down a chunk of silicon there before this second hack started because I wanted to try to avoid Demi getting as much out of that hack as possible. So, sealed in another big chunk of silicon and start just auto-selling it while it's still shortaging, and then I stop when I realized the shortage had also stopped. I could probably get away with actually going aggressive on stasis, but I decided to just play defensively. I'd also, I believe, just shortaged yeah, I just shorted chemicals at that time. And I figure I'll bid on this random iron tile out here, and I'll just reclaim it for a free claim. So that was a claim auction that I got for 7k as a nomad, which is beautiful. And decided to go into this weird line of farms because, well, I like this spot. The territory that I have is very awkward. If I had thought ahead, I could maybe have not placed these two claims here, placed them over here instead, and then had a triangle of farms, but it ends up not being that big of an issue. But again, I probably could have gotten aggressive on either Demi or Stasis. Demi probably has enough to defend themselves, but Stasis I could probably have gotten away with attacking, but I think I had noticed that Ian had a fair bit of money, so decided to defend myself. And then I started building my first Offworld, scrapping out of one of my electrolysis reactors because the value, the net had dropped for them. Chemicals still hack. That was actually a hack by Ian. I had got rid of my hacker array at this point and replaced it. I'd actually just picked up the building completely. I maybe could have gone into a pleasure dome, but decided against it. I start launching the food, so that'll pay for my Offworld in 2 launches. But I've got thinking machines, and carpet scrubbing at nanotech. Figure nanotech justifying pickup. I think I had seen that the nanotech patent wasn't too much more than the cost than the patent lab itself, so I figure I'll just make my money back on that patent by just scrapping the patent lab. I thought about bidding more on that dynamite because I didn't want my Offworld's getting blown up, but I figure I've got thinking machines, I've got this hologrammed, I've got it gooned, I figure I'm fairly safe, and yeah, the dynamite just gets thrown at my optimization center, which is not really that big of a deal. I reclaim this tile again, building 2 glass kilns on it, start making some glass money, and I start building my second Offworld over here, where this diamond of chemical refineries was, because the price of chemicals had started dropping. Ian continues, I think, hacking it up, or that was, yeah, that was a hack by Ian. And I have 2 glass kilns over here. I think it would have been better reclaim one of these tiles and do a triangle of glass kilns over here and just kept one of these as a high silicon instead, because now I'm just increasing the price of silicon, so I'm just feeding Demi a bit of money, but that doesn't really matter. I figure Ian's my biggest threat right now, and if I buy out Ian, I get the 5 free claims in stasis. So yeah, just kind of waiting to earn money at this point. Yeah, these farms are kind of awkward. Maybe what I could have done is replace one of these farms with the Offworld and then pick up the other 2 claims and move them over here. Because eventually, yeah, these electrolysis reactors are now worth quite a bit, and I can't build a diamond of them because of my Offworld. These eventually go back into elemental quarries because of the increasing price of silicon. I do have this silicon tile, which I probably should have gotten rid of a long time ago as well. I think I'd do that here shortly.
The black market is open for business.
Buy some more EMPs, throw them at Ian. Yeah, making a nice bit on those. Silicon mines could have done better by, I think, having a triangle of glass and a single silicon, but oh well. Yeah, I reclaimed this high silicon and decided to go into a couple electronics factories because chemicals had dropped. And so now I've got a bunch of pairs of stuff, which is kind of awkward. And yeah, my territory this game was very awkward because of the way I was kind of cramped in my space, but that's fine. Kind of annoys me that Ian decides to sell out Stasis, but it's the correct play to do. I was hoping for a quicker win by not having, by not having to buy those 5 stocks, but oh well. Making a nice bit of money off of water. Improve electronics, chemicals, glass, some oxygen, some fuel, a bit on food. I'm being EMP'd, but I don't really care because I've got thinking machines, so it's not lasting very long.
Congratulations.
But yeah, the silicon's making some nice money now, which is good. Probably because of the glass kilns that Stasis has, and then I guess Demi had a couple. If I wanted to, I could use this black market and virus those glass kilns, so he has to buy silicon. Increase the silicon price a bit, but I don't do that. Instead, I think I finished the buy up on Ian. I don't buy anything off the black market, but at this point, I figure there's not much the other 2 players can do in this game. I start hunting for Demi's Offworlds because I feel like he has Offworlds. Don't think I've seen anything that tells me he does have Offworlds, but I figure he probably has a couple somewhere. And so I virus these electronics factories. At the very least, it will turn them on, force them on. But I had hoped to find a off-world market, but he's hologrammed both his off-worlds in pretty good spots.
Successful off-world shipment. Make room for the profits.
Launching fuel, making a bunch of money off water, making less money off water because someone sold a stockpile. They both started buying into me, but I figure at this point I'm fairly safe with my sub, and I've got a decent stockpile of cash, and I figure I can buy out Demi. I figure he's the threat rather than Stasis. And he's the one that also had the cash, so he does buy into me a bit, but I have more income than he does because of the sub. So I make a fair bit. These chemicals and electronics aren't making me much money, but there's not really much. I guess I could have replaced these with electrolysis reactors. Here, I pick up one of the farms and decide to move electronics over, and I do a triangle of chemical refineries. Virus missing my off-world market, and then it gets popped by someone else's virus, so that was stasis, so yeah, it looks like he had spied out my Offworld. I didn't know at the time if he had spied it or if he had thrown both viruses and just seen that there was a goon there. But yeah, Demi's got 4 in me, I've got the 5 in him, and almost have the buy. I feel fairly safe, so I think I just kind of wait for my Offworlds to finish, or the money to just naturally come in before I buy out Demi instead of canceling my launches to get the buy faster. So I buy out him, and I think I start selling my stocks here shortly to buy out Stasis faster.
Successful off-world shipment. Make room for the profits.
And eventually I end up rebuilding this farm again because food went up quite a bit. But that was from the extra claims that I'd gotten from buying out Demi. And that wasn't from my picked up tile. And so yeah, I start selling the claims and buying into stasis. And this game is over in just a matter of time. Just a matter of waiting to get the money. And there it is, and there's the buy button. So yeah, that was the 3rd round in the Newcomers tournament. I had some decent improvements. I improved. I eventually, at the end here, switched these glass kilns out for aluminum mines, because for a while aluminum was up at 200. I don't know what had caused it to go so high. But I actually could have made that transition sooner. You might hear my cat meowing in the background. It was actually probably electronics that was causing it to go so high. 22 black market usages. Maybe could have grabbed a couple of the earlier claims. I think I grabbed one for 10k and then one for 4k maybe. I don't know exactly. A couple holograms, a couple spies, EMP, network viruses that were just thrown at me that bounced. And then the one that I had bought to try and find Demi's Offworlds. Mutinies that bounced. Or no, I guess I bought a mutiny to try and grab the... I did buy a mutiny. It may have been on the silicon. I don't remember exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that was this game. Thank you for watching.